So in the last video, I spoke from Rabbi David at the end, the second piece, the second resource I used, but actually it was about mastery. So I left off saying the left will serve the right, right? And so that class he gave from Rabbi David from Romemu, Manhattan, is about Hasidic masters, is about mastery. So in the left serving the right, in mastery, we have Hasidus, we say the right side is the Hasidus, the expansion, and then the restriction is the left side. The finite serves the infinite. So if the finite is serving the infinite, I'm going to continue here with what was shared in the previous teachings. And this will be continuing from Hasidic masters. This is specifically on a portion of a parsha called Tazria and Mitzorah. So in Sefer Yetzirah, which is the first Kabbalah book by Avraham Avinu, which is the patriarch of Abraham, it shows the letters creating as permutations. So coordinates are sanctuaries, rescue missions, spiritual hospitals. We have conduits, which are guides and teachers who invoke us to transform and surrender and heal and complete. We have skin and walls of of houses, sickness, impurity, and sin. And we have Motzi Shem Ra, out came the bad name. And Miriam, the prophetess, was even struck when she said something about Moses and his wife, a libel and gossip. And Noga, which is the afflicted patch, is the lowest, while Oneg, the pleasure, is the highest. Every human being brings God pleasure, and no one is empty. Everyone's full of goodness and filled with divine sparkles, like a pomegranate of seeds. Ruining God's pleasure by seeing ugliness or badness in others is the type of karma of not lowering or dividing the life as good or bad. It becomes the hollow of the sling. It shows how far the gap is from ideal and real. And the more split they are, the more painful the punishment will feel, but it makes us whole, so it's actually merciful. Gossip is as bad as murder, sexual immorality, idol worship, their innocence, their privacy, their reputation, right, of these others that we are harming in these hidden ways. And we are in physicality, the kingdom of the divine still, where speech is the edicts and letters are in the mouth. We have the power to build the world. Malchut, right? We know about Malchut. King David is related. It's to do with our sovereignty. And Adnut, which is Lord, Master of the universe, is God, right? And Yud-He and Vav-He is the birthing, the worlds. We say Adonai, right? Adnut, the Lordness, the mastery. And so Yod-He Vav-He is birthing worlds, new worlds, each one manifestation of will through speech. God, open my lips so I can make, right? Real with praise. Make the world real with your praise, that I might speak like you. It's a divine power of vocalizing into existence that God put into us. We have a soul, right? We have an infinite peace, and then we have the body, a finite peace. So God doesn't want us to speak bad about other Jews. I'm saying Jews here because of my connection, but anybody, you could decide how you want to internalize this. I'm just using a Jewish concept here from a class, right? Jewish Hasidic masters. So it's just for all to enjoy, really. So God doesn't gossip about us, right? So no lashon hara zone, no evil tongue zone, no gossip zone in heaven. We need to have faith in the power of speech. Otherwise, we're rejecting the gift from God. Like a parent doesn't speak ill of a child, we have to buy into the inheritance for it to work. Life and death is given to the tongue. It could heal and it could harm. Words become part of our code, our genetic makeup, and we are empowered to choose which words we use. And limiting speech can be more empowering and freeing to speak in a way without fear but with love. And careful speech, truth being, right? Proactive, confrontational communication. We got to be grateful for being a channel of letters, because we get to choose how to tell it to the one who's hearing it or reading it or writing it, right? And we're writing it even. And confessing, we use speech, affirmations. We make decrees of our future. We ask for help with our speech. We are intimate with deep sharing. We have wise, right, skillful, wholesome speech possibilities. And speech is formless to form. And then continuing Rabbi Ingber's discussions here, right? So it's on the Hasidic mastery. This is about holy words, right? So it's about, the work is a reincarnation work, fulfilling the promises we have not fulfilled. It's a biblical imagination still potentiated. We make sure we fulfill our words and we don't empty our words of sanctity. 40 days before a baby, it's commanded who it's going to be with. And the souls are promised each other to mate, to find each other. That's the soulmate. With the word, the heavens are formed, and with breath, the hosts. So we're born into original blessing. The word is flesh. Things are speech. They're not split. Nazareth is the Nazareth, the Nazarene, I forget how to say it in English, the Nazir. No vine, no wine, no hair cutting. And it had to bring an atonement sacrifice and then if radical, wild, mystic, ascetic, and then if accidentally came in touch, had to go bring an offering, if accidentally touched something impure. And in this world, it's like the grains of sand and the galaxies are both born from divine speech and sustained at every moment. And if not for divine vitality in every living being, it wouldn't be existing now, because the soul sparks are existing in the entire material world, everything with a taste. We should chew food until the taste is given to the soul's palate, and we extricate, elevate the holy, because reality is falling but filled with these redemptive properties. So we bring the peace back home. We pleasure God in our essence of our spiritual work. We're deployed from broken to wholeness, and speaking holy things is like using the holy aspect of speech to raise up holiness even more, dedication, mirroring, healthiness, and alignment, releasing the hostage and bringing him back. Hope that you enjoyed this, and I wish you a beautiful Sabbath, Shabbat, if you are a practitioner, observer, and if not, a beautiful weekend, and I will speak to you soon, God willing.